If you like your Saste Nashe, yes, that's what I call clone fragrances, to last long, then I think you're watching the right video. Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel Intellectual Sense. My name is Divjot. Now if there is one question I get asked a lot on my Instagram or even in my comment section is clones which last a long time. I guess that it comes from our primal nature where we think if fragrance lasts a long time, it gives us the best value. I personally don't agree with that. However, let me show you 10 clone fragrances which last minimum of 10 hours on skin, not on clothes, in this video. And if you're liking this content, then I highly implore to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Let's start with number 10. So at number 10, I've got a fragrance of one of my favorite office fragrance, that's Xerjoff Uden. And the name of the fragrance is Martina Black Extreme. Now this particular fragrance is kind of a very close clone of Xerjoff Uden. I think that just the opening was not similar, but the dry down was extremely close to Xerjoff Uden. And where it excels is that it lasts a long time. On your skin it can last upwards of 10 hours and it projects heavy. This is one of the sophisticated summer option which you can wear obviously in summers and in office also. And there are not many summer fragrances which are in beast mode and it costs around 2000 to 2500 rupees. But I will highly recommend you to, if you get a chance to buy this particular fragrance, buy it because it's very hard to get in grey market now. So if you get a chance, buy it, as it's a very beautiful fragrance in my opinion for summers. So at number 10, Martina Black Extreme. Next up I've got Sassy Life pour Home. Now Sassy makes great clones as well as original fragrances. It's one of the best houses I think coming out of UAE or Middle East. Now it's a clone of Tomford Tuscan leather, which is also a very famous fragrance in the world and it has got many clones. But I believe this particular clone is the best clones I have tested of Tuscan leather. Now this is a very sophisticated perfume. It is a dead-on clone in my opinion. The only difference I was able to smell was the smoky note in the opening. Other than that, it's just like Tuscan leather. And this lasts close to 10 plus hours with huge projection. Very masculine fragrance. I don't think so a woman can wear this particular fragrance. And great option for winter. On a winter you're going on a dinner date, you should look to wear this particular fragrance in my opinion. Amazing option from Sassy Life pour Home. Beast mode. So at number 8, I've got a fragrance which is a clone of replica Fireplace. Now this particular clone is Amirah Intense. Now this particular fragrance is what I call sophisticated masculinity. If Liquam and Tuscan leather is raw masculinity, this is more of a sophisticated masculinity because the note of vanilla, which is complementing the heavy notes like Cashmeran and woody notes, is perfect in my opinion. It smells like in the winter you're sitting by the fireplace, the wood is burning and it's very cold night and you're enjoying your drink. That's what it smells like to me. Very beautiful fragrance, lasts close to 10 plus hours with heavy projection. Absolutely love it, and it only costs around 1300 rupees for 100 ml. So the price point is also excellent in my opinion. So if you're looking for that sophisticated masculine fragrance, then go with this particular fragrance, Amirah Intense. So at number 7, I've got a fragrance which in my opinion is one of the best clones I have ever tested, and it's Afnan 9 PM. It's a clone of Jean Paul Gaultier Ultramol. Now this particular scent profile is a sweet scent profile which is perfect for clubbing or a house party you're going to. This has got an extremely high compliment factor to it. Whenever I wore this particular fragrance, I was getting compliment. I've done a full review on this if you want to watch that. Now this particular fragrance lasts close to 11 hours, which is more than 2 hours what you get from Jean Paul Gaultier Ultramol. With heavy projection, the only difference I was able to smell was in the opening. Generally that's the case with most of the clones. Most of the clones try to go with the dry down rather than the opening of the fragrance. And this cost around 2300 rupees. The prices have increased by 10% since my last video. So if you're looking to buy it, I will highly recommend you buy it, because there is a high chance that this particular fragrance will get reformulated. That's another issue with the clone fragrances, that they get reformulated. So Afnan 9 PM Beast Mode fragrance, highly fragrance which gets you compliment. Absolutely great fragrance, go for it. So at number 6, I've got House of Oud Kalakas and its fragrance called Astral Al Oud. Now this particular fragrance is a clone of Leather Oud by Dior. Now I absolutely hate the vintage Leather Oud from Dior, but the reformulated Leather Oud, it's bearable and it's trying to copy that particular fragrance. And it has got the Oudi profile to it, the incensey profile to it, ultra masculine fragrance. Like if you're looking for an ultra masculine fragrance, then this is the fragrance you have to go for. And this is a beast mode also. On my skin it was lasting 12 plus hours. And if I go with my clothes, probably whole day, this will definitely last on your clothes. Huge scent bubble, and this cost around about 2300 rupees. And this is one of the rare fragrance where I smell real oud in the fragrance. Mostly the oud you smell in a lot of these cheap fragrances are synthetic oud. But on this fragrance, I believe they have used slightly touch of real oud also. So extremely good option if you're looking for ultra masculine fragrance, Astral Oud by Oud Kalakas. So at number 5, I've got my first Indian clone maker, and it's the House of Excellency Perfume and their inspired version of Synthetic Jungle by Frederic Malle. Now this particular fragrance is a floral bomb which lasts close to 13 hours with heavy projection. It has got jasmine in it, it has got lily of valleys with some herbal accords, which is creating that floral bomb. And Indian clone makers have got an advantage where they're able to increase the oil concentration as they like. So most of the Indian clone makers make sure their fragrances or the clones which they make last a long time. And this one is doing that. Now this costs close to 3000 rupees for 60 ml, and there is a code which I've got of Intellect 40 by which you will be able to get 40% off on their website. So if you're looking for a fragrance which has jasmine in it or a floral fragrance which you can wear in summers, then go with this particular fragrance. Inspired version by Excellency Perfume of Synthetic Jungle by Frederic Malle. So at number 4, I've got another Indian clone maker of Al-Maham fragrances and their inspired version of Roja Dove Sweetie Oud, and it's called Scrumptious Oud. Now I'm not a big gourmand lover, I've told this on this channel several times, but when I tested the Roja Dove Sweetie Oud, I absolutely loved it because the balance of Roja Dove Sweetie Oud was excellent. I absolutely loved it. Now this particular fragrance I will say is more of an inspired version, because here the tartiness, the bakery note which they use has been amped up by 10 times or even 100 times, I will say. Now some people may like that and some people may not like that. But if you are a gourmand lover, you want to go with a fragrance which lasts a long time, as this particular fragrance lasts close to 13 hours with heavy scent bubble. And one of the big issues with Roja Dove Sweetie Oud was that it did not last a long time. It lasted close to 6-7 hours in my opinion. This particular fragrance fills that particular gap for you. So if you're looking for a fragrance like which lasts a long time and you have got a sweet tooth, then go with Al-Maham fragrance Scrumptious Oud. This costs close to 3000 rupees for 50 ml with extract concentration. So at number 3, I've got a fragrance which is a hidden gem. Now if you ask me what's your favorite Amouage fragrance, I will definitely say Amouage Interlude Black Iris. Definitely in top 5 for sure. Now this clone from Amarj Interlude Black Iris has captured the dry down of Interlude Black Iris pretty well in my opinion. With the richness also, which is missing sometimes in the clone fragrance. And the other thing is that it's a beast mode fragrance. 13 plus hours with huge scent bubble. Now the added iris note in the interlude scent profile gives it a very good richness and the masculinity to it in my opinion. The holy feeling which is there in the interlude scent profile. And this is capturing that particular scent profile very well. You can wear this on in fall and winter in the night Absolutely wonderful fragrance in my opinion. And this cost only 1900 rupees for 100 ml. So the price point is also beautiful with a good presentation. So at number 3, Amarj Weller Black Iris. So at number 2, I've got a inspired version from an Indian house, which is not just my favorite inspired version from Indian house, it's my wife's favorite. Whenever I take this bottle out, she's like, wear this particular fragrance a lot. She never does that. She never asks me to put more perfume because she knows I'm a bit crazy like that. So it's my favorite and my wife's favorite, and it's a fragrance called Tatwa from House of Perfumologist. Now this particular fragrance is inspired by Tomford Tobacco Vanille. I will say this is more of an inspired version rather than clone, because they have put tonka in it, which I believe is kind of a novelty, I will say, in that scent profile. And this lasts a long time. I'm talking about 13 to 14 hours with heavy scent power, with the richness. That's the beauty of this particular fragrance, that it has got that richness. It smells like a niche perfume, actually more than an inspired perfume in my opinion. So, and it costs around about 3,000 to 3,500 rupees for 50 ml. And right now I think it's out of stock, but whenever it comes in stock, I highly recommend you to get this particular scent profile. This will be your go-to scent profile, your signature scent profile, which you can wear in fall and winter for sure. So at number 2, deserves its spot, Tatwa by Perfumologist. So number 1, Beast Mode clone fragrance is from House of Dhamma Perfumes. Now this house is very famous in UAE, but not much reviews I've seen online. And it's their fragrance called Smoky Oud. Now Smoky Oud is an inspired version of Tomford Tobacco Oud. Actually, I prefer Tobacco Oud scent profile over Tobacco Vanille scent profile. I believe it's more niche, I will say. The only issue with Tomford Tobacco Oud is their opening, but the dry down is beautiful. And this particular clone, like most clones, targets the dry down. So in a way, it's better, I believe, because it's not going through that heavy opening scent profile you get in Tomford Tobacco Oud. Now this lasts a long time. Now if I normally sleep for about 9 hours, so I only have about 14 to 15 hours to test a perfume. And this lasted for that amount of time, 14 to 15 hours, with the huge scent bubble. And the dry down of tobacco wood, they have captured it very well with the richness. And this does not cost you a fortune. This cost only about 1800 rupees for 100 ml with a good presentation. So I believe this is a hidden gem also. And if you're looking for that raw masculine scent profile, then you have to go with Dhamma Perfume's Smoky Oud. So guys, this is my review. I hope you enjoyed this particular list. Until next time, have a wonderful day and take care.